Her name is Dani. Let's welcome her to give our talk today. Let's welcome her harder than that. Let's give her a big round. Thank you. Thank you, Stacia.
Good morning. I see you kids have even dressed up for me. Thank you. Okay. When Dr. Erickson asked me to give a talk on the soul of PBS, I have to say, at first, I was pretty stumped by the topic. What exactly does soul mean? And how is it possible for a school to have soul? Figuring this out was not going to be easy. Some of you know that our family, the O'Keefes, moved to California 2 years ago from Mumbai, India, which is really far away. As a family, we've only known PBS for 2 years, which is much less time than most of you kids have been here as students. So I'm far from an expert on PBS, let alone knowing anything about its soul. Still, the more I thought about it, the more I wanted to understand what it meant. What is the soul of PBS? Because even in my limited time as a parent here, I know that I felt it. I knew there was something very special about PBS. So what does one do when you want to find an answer or learn about something you don't know a lot about? We do research. So I came up with a plan to discover the soul of PBS by doing some research. First, I took a step back. I really wanted to get an understanding of what the word soul meant. What exactly is soul? So of course, I turned to the thing in our house which seems to know the answer to almost everything, Google Home. Okay, Google, I asked, what is the definition of the word soul? And Google dutifully responded, soul, noun. The sole is the bottom of your foot. What? This made no sense to me at all. When Dr. Erickson said you were all the soul of PBS, he certainly wasn't talking about the sole of your feet. Google got the spelling wrong. So I tried again, and I said, okay, Google, what is the definition of the word soul spelled S-O-U-L? And then what I learned is that the word soul is actually very complicated to explain. It isn't easy to understand, and there isn't even full agreement on how to define it. After reading about soul and then reading some more about soul, I decided to take what I learned and create my own definition of the word. So here it is. What is soul? Soul is the essence of something. It is that which makes something special, which gives it meaning, which gives it heart. Soul is always unique. Soul is the essence. Now that I had a definition I liked, I wanted to find out what it means when a school has soul. So I Googled that too. And voila, up came an article. It was written by a man named Richard News. He had been an elementary school principal actually, for 30 years in both the US and China. He sounded like he could be an expert to me. So in his article, he said a lot of interesting things. I'm going to read 2 of them to you. First, a school with soul is one where staff members work from the heart. It is a school that educates minds and touches hearts. And 2, teachers who connect with their students help create a school with soul. So I had my first clue. Next, to continue my research, I decided to go directly to the experts at PBS, all of you kids. This is what you kids said when asked, what is the soul of PBS? The teachers, the joy, the friendships, us, the students, the playground, the community, peace, warmth in welcoming, and of course, several of you mentioned our core values. So what I learned from you kids is that the soul of PBS encompasses a lot, but I still needed to get to the essence of what it meant. So next, I interviewed some grown-ups. These included teachers, staff, and parents. I also interviewed a very special group of grown-ups. They're parents at PBS now, but were once, a long time ago, students at PBS as well. So I figured out they knew a lot about the school. I learned a lot from them. This is what they said when I asked them what characterizes the soul of PBS. They said, the warmth of the PBS teachers with the care they have for their students, the teachers, and the academic and emotional guidance they provide, community, the family-teacher partnership, and then, quote, I know this has been said before, but 100% faculty. And lastly, the eucalyptus trees, the smell of them. I know, I had to think about that one too quite a little bit, but I have been convinced. I thought, I am getting closer. There seems to be a lot of consistency in all of your answers, but I still needed to distill it down into that one unique thing. What is the essence? So I needed to do more research. I needed more information. And I found it in a place I least expected it, my 6th grade son's cell phone. At the end of 5th grade, his class connected on a message chat. They send lots of messages to each other. I mean, a lot. And the messages are things such as, are you there? Yes, I'm here. And are you there again? With lots of emojis in between. The title of the chat has recently been changed from the PBS chat to the PBS chat, in parentheses, we're still together after all these months. It is as if whoever changed the title was underscoring the bond within the class. We're still together. So I thought about all I had learned and tried to identify the common thread, the essence. Is it the bonds we create with each other, student to student, teacher to student, parent to teacher? Is this what makes PBS special? No. Well, I think so. I think I finally had my, thank you. I think I finally had my answer. The essence of PBS, or rather, the soul of PBS, are the bonds that we as a community have with each other. These are made tight by the values we share. Finally, I thought I'd try to do what Dr. Erickson would do with all of this information. I thought I'd make a diagram, but I didn't. I didn't really get around to it. So I thought maybe you kids could help me. What would you do, or what would you picture if you had to draw a diagram representing the soul of PBS? I would picture a heart in the middle, because remember, a school with soul is one that has heart, that touches the heart. The heart is surrounded by your teachers, your classmates, your parents, maybe even the beautiful eucalyptus trees that surround us all.
What is that?
All the beautiful trees outside. The people in the diagram are connected together by the core values we all care about: kindness, community, love of learning, and courage. These strong bonds are what gives PBS its soul. These bonds are the essence of PBS. They are what makes PBS special. Thank you.